If you have a friend or loved one that has a caravan or motorhome and want to buy them a Christmas present that they may actually want or even like, then this is the video for you. Hi, it's Dave T here, and after camping and caravanning for more than 40 years, I've tried quite a lot of products. I've also received more than a few caravan themed gifts, which, whilst it's the thought that counts, weren't really that useful. Now, it's always a bit tricky buying gifts related to someone's hobby or interest, and you never know if they already have an item or if it's compatible with their current van or gear. So for each idea, I'm going to give it a risk rating based on how specific it is and whether it's an issue if they already have one. So starting at lowest cost items first, we have these stretchy silicone lids which we saw at the Caravan and Motorhome show, and my better half insisted that I include them in this video. They stretch over any container, so they're kind of like a reusable cling film. And when away in a van, you're far less likely to have stacks of Tupperware containers, so these are a convenient way to seal leftovers in bowls and dishes. They should also be a good way to reduce food smells in a confined van, and at less than £10 and being usable at home, they're a pretty low risk and fun option, maybe a stocking filler. So we've all bought them and we've all received them. The safest gift idea of last resort is the infamous Smellies. That's shampoo and shower gel. Well, this year you can show just a little bit more imagination and purchase some shower gel for your friend's caravan or motorhome. Fenwick is a well-known brand that does offer motorhome and caravan specific cleaning products, and I'll link that below. But for a gift, I'm going to recommend a range of products from Ican Valet. They work well, as does Fenwick, but for a gift, the Ican Valet's packaging is just a little bit more appealing. Next up is this combined mallet and peg puller. It's a competent mallet, but the main feature is its extending handle with a peg puller at the end. This means that you can extract pegs without even bending over. Now, it's not strong enough to remove pegs that are really bedded in. In fact, I've actually had two of these because I broke the first one when trying to pull a peg out that was really tough in the ground. Now, ordinarily I'd see that as a reason not to buy it, but if you are aware of that limitation, then it will last. And I bought a second one because it really does make unpegging much easier on my back and knees. At about £14, it's pretty low cost, and whilst most campers will have a mallet and a peg puller, they probably won't have a combined one. It may be worth checking if they use an awning though, especially for motorhomers. These crumbs away mini dust and crumb collectors are another novel idea that we saw at the show, and my wife insisted on me putting it in the video. They are a light and compact alternative to a vacuum cleaner or dustpan and brush, also something that may encourage children to help with the cleaning. They're fun, low risk, and there's links in the description below. If the recipient of your gift uses a barbecue at home or when away in a van, then they are sure to appreciate these Tapus bowls from Caravan. They're small non-stick bowls that can sit on any barbecue and are a great way to cook small items like beans or onions on the barbecue. We've had some for a few years and love them. You can pick them up for about £20, and I think it's a pretty safe bet that they'll be well received. If your friends use an awning or a tent, then they are likely to need rock pegs at some point when pitching on hard or rocky ground. These are much stronger than normal metal or plastic pegs, and I tend to use them pretty much all of the time. Whilst very tough, they do still get bent occasionally, so at less than 20 quid, it's a safe bet that they will get used at some point. I've used these Meteor pegs for years and found the head design to be one of the toughest. There are several brands on the market which use this head design, and I'll link to one of them in the description. Sticking with awning users, this awning puller from Dometic makes it much easier to get the awning onto the side of the van. It's certainly a great way to avoid falls, injured backs and arguments. It costs about £30, so definitely worth checking that the person you're buying actually has an awning. They've been on the market for a few years, but I've not seen many in use, so a medium to low risk as they are unlikely to have one. Perhaps tell your friend you saw a funny video online of someone struggling with an awning, see what they say. Due to its price, the lock and level is probably going to be something to buy a partner as opposed to a friend. If you are the non-driving member of the caravanning team, then at some point you've probably had to listen to some colourful language whilst pitching, often as your other half tries to manoeuvre the van onto ramps, repeatedly trying to level the van side to side. Getting the van perfectly level with ramps is generally more luck than judgment, and you usually end up with sinks not draining properly and that rolling feeling in bed. Also, if you use Alco wheel locks, then to secure the van the wheel has to be at a certain rotation which may not be at the right spot on the ramp. With Lock and Level's airbag system, you simply pull the van onto the uninflated bag, attach the wheel lock if required, and then simply inflate until the van is perfectly level. No more uneven vans or tense moments when pitching. They do make a twin axle version which solves even more issues, and I would never be without ours. What's more, Lock and Level have been kind enough to give us a 5% discount to DT Squared viewers in the run up to Christmas with the code DTCrimbo23. Another awning related gift here with this awning organiser from Dometic. It has several attachment methods, including a Kedar strip for the lower awning rail, or pre-made holes for Dometic's handy limpets, which mean it can be stuck to the side of the van. There's 2 loops to allow it to be hung elsewhere, such as from awning poles. There are 4 large gusseted pockets along with 4 mesh pockets for storing items like brushes, magazines and other odds and ends. There are 2 rows of loops for storing slim items such as pegs and several pen holders, so it's a great way of keeping the awning tidier, or for motorhome users, maybe a useful addition to attach inside the garage. It's only about £17 and along with other similar accessories is only medium risk of not being well received. Now, I have previously reviewed several of these products before, and I'll put links to those in the description below, along with links for where you can buy these products. These are not affiliated links, so I don't get any kind of payment if you use them, and I also purchased the products here myself and received no payments for making this video. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found some inspiration for your Christmas gifts. If you have, then please do hit that like button, and if you're interested in seeing other videos I make, then please consider subscribing to my channel. But most of all, thanks for watching.